Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. And looks like Pepper put up a question of the day this morning. Thank you so much. She got the wake up call set up. So many thanks to Pepper for that. Which is, what is your most memorable travel experience? Boy, I have a lot of these. But it looks like
Poop story.
I am not telling that story on the internet. It'll be there forever. People cut out little chunks of it and be like, "This is my new YouTube short." Yes. But let's see here. There's a good morning, Tony, coming in from Florida. Good morning, Lane. I know you're coming in from Georgia. Silk is coming in from Florida. Good morning, Silk. Let's see here. Good morning to Shauna, coming up from Big Canoe. I hope that you're feeling better, Shauna. I know the trees have not been kind to you lately. Does every story that you have involve poop?
Okay, your best stories are poop stories.
They are not. Just some of them. Anyways, good morning, Kelly. Wonderful to see you here. And Dan coming in from Buford. Wonderful to see you here as well. To be fair, I'm not going to regale everybody with any story that involves my bowel movements at all at 9 o'clock in the morning, much as Pepper would love me to.
Oh, come on, it's hilarious.
Anyways, so Tony says it does not involve poop at all. Tony says, my most memorable travel experience was with the ex and the kids in New Mexico, getting stuck on Sandia Mountain due to snow, taking the bucket lift back down once we could, fearing for my life as the bucket swayed back and forth between the largest trees I'd ever seen. What a ride! Oh my goodness, Tony. Now I happen to know, since I've been up Sandia Mountain, I happen to know that there's bucket lifts on both sides. You got the big one, the cable car, that gigantic enclosed cable car that's kind of facing the west, facing Albuquerque, and then you have the other ones like the little ski lifts, which are much more rickety. And those are because those take you down to the ski resort. So I'm very curious as to which one it was. Um, yeah, Tony says that experience could have resulted in a poop story. Um, well, I yeah, I have a travel story about the Sandia bucket lift as well. When I was not a very nice person.
Oh.
Yeah, but anyways, I'll tell you that one just because it is memorable. So I have never been afraid of heights like at all. I kind of have a little bit of an agoraphobia, not so much like by laying it out in a field, but by climbing up to the very top of a really tall tower. Like being at the very pinnacle of like a 1,000-foot tower scares the crap out of me. And I'm not going to say that I ever officially did this, but in Minecraft, I used to climb up, microwave transmission towers in New Mexico, which were all about 250 to 500 feet tall, allegedly, supposedly. And, they were all abandoned. They were part of the microwave transmission network from the Cold War. And these towers were all pretty robust for being abandoned, but they were all about 250, 500 feet tall. And then at the very tip top of them, there was another maybe 30 or 40 feet of an antenna. And so, climbing to the top of the tower wasn't a big deal for me. Climbing to the top of antenna was harrowing. And yeah, it was definitely that was definitely something fun that I would always do to challenge myself to overcome my fears. But I realized I was never afraid of the heights, but definitely at the standing at the very tippity top of this 250 to 500-foot tower, and then kind of like hanging out into the tower wasn't a big deal. As soon as I looked up into the sky and I realized that like I was on this very pinnacle of this thing, it scared the living crap out of me. But anyways, I've never been afraid of heights, but I have been. One time I was in the cable car, and I mean I was not nearly as personally developed as I am today, as evidenced by my behavior in the cable car. So I was there. I was taking a friend of mine. When my friends would visit me in Albuquerque, the cable car was just one of the things I'd take them on, and because it was a really cool thing to go up on the cable car, and there's like a ranger station up there in the top, and so I would I would go up on the cable car, and so I remember that I was in the cable car, and it was very obvious that like quite a few people around me were afraid of heights, and I mean, and because I was there with my friend, I was just kind of tour guiding around, and then I was pointing out some of the local sights and sounds of the cable car, um, And it was kind of funny because for whatever reason, the cable car was undergoing maintenance. So we went up to the top, and well, we went up to about halfway to the top, and then we actually stopped at one of the tall towers. And when you stop, you kind of come to a lurch, and then the whole car is rocking around. And then there was a maintenance guy who was riding on top of the car. So he jumped on the one maintenance guy jumped off the car. He had something to do with the maintenance tower, and another guy who was already up there jumped on the car. He was like had been maintaining the tower, and then he jumped on the car to ride it on the top of the car all the way up to the tippity top of the of the mountain. Well, anyway, the car itself is rocking around, and some of these people are just barely holding it together. And me, being a little smartass, the first thing I point out is that there is actually wreckage of a Pan Am plane that you can kind of see through the mountain. The plane done messed up and hit the mountain instead of hitting the runway. And so there's a little bit of wreckage up there that you can still see. They, for the most part, have it covered up because, well, it's not great to show the place where everybody died. Um, but um, but of course, I knew it was there from my hiking, and so I went and I kind of pointed it out. And then there's this gigantic washout, at the very top that kind of goes down. I remember I pointed it out, and I said, "Oh yeah, and that's where the last one fell off the cables and careened down the mountain." And this one good lady in the car starts to quietly weep, and I was like, even though I was not even though I was not nearly as developed as I am today, I was still like, "Oh my god, I'm such an asshole."
You were being a gremlin.
I was being a real jerk. But anyway, that's my cable car story. It was probably memorable for that lady. She probably never ever got into a cable car ever again with a little punk shit like me. It was not nice. I was not very nice. Uh, but anyway, that's my cable car story. So Kelly says that she's been all over the world. Um, all over the world: Europe, Southeast Asia, Brazil, Guam, Mexico. But because Michael doesn't remember any, I want us to redo. I want us to redo any of them. That actually be pretty cool. There, Kelly. I hope that you guys get to go out and give Michael that first time experience again. Let's see. So let's see. Anybody else to come by here? Good morning, Donna. Wonderful to see you here today. So anyway, now that I've had that little fun tangent about them being mean on the cable car, we are here to say some nice things about ourselves and ultimately say nice things about other people and not make them quietly weep. We're not going to do that anymore in life.
This edition of the Wake Up Call is dedicated to that lady on the cable car.
That's right. We're dedicating this edition of the Wake Up Call to the lady that I made to cry. My bad. I won't do that anymore. I promise. So, anyways, we're here to say some good stuff about us and to inspire ourselves to say good things about other people. But also, let's have no illusions about it. My Paul was not always a saint or anything like that. I've definitely had my fair share of mean shenanigans when I was younger. But anyhow, but at least I didn't tell you any of the poop stories. So yay.
You should totally ask him about the Mexico poop story.
Yeah. I'll say that I need to set up like a private group where people actually want to hear this stuff. But anyhow,
Okay, that one's great though.
So anyway, we're here to say some good stuff about us. I'm gonna pull a card, ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are gonna respond out loud together. I am that. I am that affirmation. As we do, we're gonna build into our own lives. So let's have some fun. Let's pull a card. Pepper picked this card and say that today I am loyal. I am loyal. I remain faithful and trustworthy. So I am loyal. I remain faithful and trustworthy. Are you loyal?
I am loyal. I remain faithful and trustworthy.
You are loyal. You remain faithful and trustworthy. I'm going to write that down in the comments. I encourage you guys to do the same thing. All right. So I am loyal. I remain faithful and trustworthy, and so do you. Donna likes this card. I like it too. What a great card. But indeed, I am loyal, and you are as well. Yeah, I was born in the year of the dog, so I know a lot about loyalty. I know a lot about being trustworthy, and sometimes, sometimes that loyalty has been very, very beneficial to me. I think that the ultimate thing about loyalty that I've learned over my life is just how important it is for me to be loyal to myself, and to recognize that loyalty to myself is something that supersedes loyalty to others. Because while I've definitely been burned in the past by being loyal or overly loyal to other people, I've certainly never been burned at all by being loyal to myself. But to be loyal to myself, I have to first of all understand who I am, and that involves understanding what are the core motivations that drive me, and then of course then realizing that in the end I'm loyal to ideas. I'm loyal to concepts. I'm loyal to the prime motivating forces that drive me. It's a wonderful thing to be loyal to others, and there are many others that I have been loyal to and continue to be loyal to. But in the end, I've also known that or noticed in my own life that sometimes I've been loyal to people who really don't give a shit about me, and and I have to ask myself why. Like, what is it that does it all come back to poop stuff? Is that what you have to say?
No, no, she just went full chameleon eyes. Her eyes are going in two different directions, and oh,
Oh God, she's not laughing about what I'm having to say. She's laughing about a child in our arms. She's making fun of the fact that Persephone cannot yet control her eyes individually. She's doing well, Kelly. Thank you for asking. But in the end, our loyalties have to be to to the people that we're becoming, to our future selves. Because if we, if we are selling our future selves out, then how could we be loyal to the people who are around us? And I've discovered over the course of my life that there's definitely a time to be loyal to the people around us. And the most difficult times to be loyal is when when being loyal actually costs us something. It's easy to be loyal when all is hunky dory in all of our lives. They say that a friend in need is a friend indeed, right? And and the true measure of our loyalty to people is when they need us and we are there for them, and when we are there for them, and it is a self-sacrificial thing. But the thing is that we need to understand is that when somebody doesn't need us and we're being there for them anyways, it's just kind of mildly infuriating for them and for us. For them because they don't really need us there or want us there, and then here we are being there anyways. And then of course for us because that all of our efforts are going unappreciated. So it's really important for us to understand, when and how to be loyal, when and how to really give ourselves to someone else, and to give ourselves to whatever their interests are. And I think that so long as our loyalties to other people are in line with our loyalties to ourselves, then that's a healthy thing. It's when we are starting to give from our cup and not from our saucer that we start to run into trouble. And so today, let's consider, what it is that we're loyal to and why. And when we do consider this, it's going to just give us a bit more clarity in our own lives as to what what we're doing and why we're doing it. Because in the end, we have to make sure that the way that we are treating other people is a loving way. And when we are loyal to somebody who really doesn't care about us, then that's not a very loving thing to do for them or for us. And when we're loyal to somebody who doesn't really necessarily need our loyalty, then we're really just putting something upon ourselves for no good reason. I know that in my life there have been people who have done things for me that I really didn't need them or want them to do for me, and while I would appreciated it, at the same time I was like, but why are you doing this thing? When I can tell that you're not taking care of yourself, you're trying so hard to take care of me who doesn't need to be taken care of, and then you're not taking care of you. And then of course what inevitably happens is then they get bitter about having not taken care of themselves, and it hurts our relationship. And so let's make sure that as we are remaining faithful and trustworthy to the people around us, that we're also remaining faithful and trustworthy to ourselves. This little lock and key that I'm pretty sure Pepper has actually designed this card, because I don't remember designing this one.
we
But
designed that one together actually a while back.
Okay, she says we designed it together. But the little heart lock and key on this card that just kind of shows me that it just sort of gives me an idea that the key to our heart is something that is that we ought not to give away haphazardly. So I am loyal today. You are loyal as well. We remain faithful and trustworthy, and so we will continue to remain in our lives. And so let's make sure that that we are doing the stuff that is good for us, and also the stuff that's the good for the people around us, and ultimately giving from our saucer and not from our cup. Let's give from our overflow, and let's be loyal from our overflow. But always remember to take care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then there won't be any of us left to be loyal to other people. All right, my beautiful friends, I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll come back with another one of these. I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Good morning again to, let's see here. Good morning again. If I could find, there's the chat. I'm still a little tired. Dad Brain. Good morning again to Tony and to Lane, to Silk, to Shauna. Wonderful to see you guys here today. Good morning to Kelly and Dan, and I know that Donna has popped in as well. Good morning, Donna. Good morning. I think that's everybody actually who has left a comment. Anyhow, yeah, I know for a fact that other people watch this wake up call and either don't catch it live, or just do catch it live but don't comment. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for being here. I love you. I care about you and appreciate you. And I will talk to everybody tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, let's be reminded that that we have inherent value in work today, and so let's live in accordance with that. Until tomorrow, I will talk to you guys later. Aloha from paradise.